Hello everyone, welcome back. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. Today we're talking about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Is he on the track to goodness or greatness? I'm being asked several different questions. We're going to try and address them. The first one is the easiest to deal with, so I've had a couple of email questions and people are saying, what is the significance of the marijuana system, the marijuana that was found in his system that has resulted in his large fine? Well, I feel qualified to speak about this today because of the medical professional in my family, the medical doctor. And he's from the state of Utah, where they're, a lot of them are told what to think, especially when it comes to authority. There's not really a sense of identity in terms of what you do. You're told what to do, and you're told what to think. In a lot of the state, that is prevalent. So my dad is the medical doctor. He went to a medical conference and they had a cop come in, and boy, he was excited about marijuana. He's taken away a lot of people's freedom because of it, and he's enforcing the law, and it's a gateway drug, and he was just thrilled. And the next day my dad came back from the medical conference with a completely different look on his face, and he said, apparently in the second decade of 21st century society, all those things we've been told are myths. It has never been a gateway drug any more than anything else. It has never killed anyone. No one's committed a violent act as they would with liquor on it. It cures cancer. We've been lied to, and you guys can just do your own research. It's not really in a situation that invites debate as to the morality of it. That's, it isn't a flat earth we live on. Now it's been discovered that pharmaceutical companies lobby against it, and pharmaceutical companies pay for laws so they can have outsourced muscle in law enforcement, keep it to their pills, because they do not want to go head to head with marijuana, because they'll lose. The side effects are deadly with many of their drugs. In fact, Prozac had more side effects in the physician's desk reference than any drug in history. Now, with that said, was it a big deal that Chavez Jr. had it in his body? Yes. Yes, it is. This sounds like a conflict, but let me tell you. Boxing is based on the business of liquor towns. And marijuana is not something that a liquor town wants to deal with any more than a pharmaceutical company wants to deal with. He knew this going in. It reflects a sense of entitlement. The fine, whether it's $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, that's not a big deal to him. He's of the super rich and super powerful, especially in the Latin communities. The Mexican community specifically. Not Latin, Mexican community specifically, because of who his father is. Now, those of us who followed his challenge of Sergio Martinez saw a tremendous discipline problem. Here he is getting ready to fight. He's a titleist. He's getting ready to fight for the actual world championship. And he won't show up to train. This is a massive problem. This is not something you get overnight. This is the kind of discipline problem, if you were a heavyweight, you get of someone grossly, morbidly obese for the division, like the 1980s had with Tim Witherspoon, Greg Page, Tony Tubbs, James Broad, and in this era, Odlianer Solis from Cuba. This is a massive, massive problem. He will never reach his full potential with this. And if he couldn't do it fighting for the biggest prize, a man his size can, the middleweight championship, then I don't see him being able to utilize his gifts long term. In my opinion, he may be the most formidable body puncher in the game. As a middleweight, which I don't think he will be very long, he's huge, he's powerful, he has all the physical tools, but he has a technical problem. His technical problem is he needs to plant, see where you are, and then fire. And that's why he lost 10, 11 rounds to Martinez. It wasn't that he wasn't willing to punch. He did not feel comfortable punching when somebody was in transition. Now, his dad didn't have this issue at all. His dad could come in with multiple left hooks, steps off the back foot, shifting his weight back, moving forward as he did a combination, and then he would pin someone in place with the right hand, open them up with the left to the body. This is a technical problem. He shouldn't have been certainly allowed past the 6-round limit if he had an issue like this. This is what makes people stationary against mobile boxers. And I'm hoping with Freddie Roach's influence that he's completely overcome it, because it's a technical issue. That's all it is. Now you look at this. If someone's in front of you and you want to touch them, maybe not even hit them, but touch them, but you say, they're going to stand in front of me and then I can touch them. But if they move, I have to wait till they stop. And I'm not going to reach my hand out until they stop. So if someone stops here, I'll start. But if they move, I'll hold back. I'm not going to reach out. I'm not willing to miss my motion here. I'm not willing to miss. That's what you have. That's what you have with this guy. Now, he needs to be able to feint and open people up to put them in position so they make false movements so he can know where they are and go after them. That's an advanced offensive game. His dad had that. Roberto Duran had that. Wilfredo Gomez had it. The greatest South American fighters that are Joffrey from Brazil, they all can do this. And if he doesn't have this, then it's not going to matter that he's huge, that he's powerful, that he's mostly going to win every decision. He's protected. The Mexican Don, Jose Sullivan, will protect him and keep him from losing most decisions. It's just he has this technical issue. On top of it, he has a massive, massive discipline issue. And then with his body frame, he's going to be growing into 168, probably 175 pounds pretty quickly. So, we have discipline issues. We have technical issues. And when you put these two together, then you have to look at his best moment. His best moment was in the 12th round after losing almost every round to Sergio Martinez, when he darn near won the middleweight championship, the undisputed, the real world middleweight championship. It only happened because Sergio Martinez had an error in judgment and concentration and decided to plant in front of him and fire. Now, those of you who follow the game, those of you who love Chavez Sr., those of you who like watching Junior tear people up with body punches and get better, it doesn't look good. This is not saying that he can't say, I've embarrassed myself in front of the world. I will never let this happen again. I will not embarrass my legacy, my father. Can I get some junior Olympic trainer to teach me how to do something I should have known in the beginning of my professional career? I will do that. I will show up and yes, of course you can do that. A lot of fighters become a man after their first embarrassing defeat. See Joe Louis. But I'm going to need to have to see that. And before you put money on him, again, you should see what he brings to the table. Not long ago, an American heavyweight named Chris Arreola took his considerable gifts and conditioned himself on, I don't know what it was, Hostess products, and he began to resemble a manatee from Florida. And, except for the tail, he looked very much like a tattooed manatee. And after about 30-40 seconds of exertion, He was beat, and then he got into shape and said, I'm not letting this happen again. I'm wasting my life, my opportunity, my chance to make millions, to become the champion. I'm not going to do this anymore. That lasted for 2 or 3 fights, and then it was over. And now he's back trying to impersonate, with his body shape, a football. It's not going to work. I hope that Chavez Jr. listens to his dad. I hope that he decides to seize the day, because this is another of the people who have absolute talent and ability to be the top fighter in their division. And at this point, he's not pointed in that direction. I know this sounds harsh, but you depend upon me giving my honest opinion. There it is. Go ahead and give me your comments. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. I'm Christian Shreve, and I'm here to tell you about why I think you should own my new book, Money Boxing, which is on sale now. Money Boxing has something for everyone, whether or not you know anything about boxing. You're about to receive a backstage pass into a world of glamour, corruption, and intrigue. And you're going to learn about the system, which is the only thing the casinos have had to fear in a long time. You can own Money Boxing by clicking on the link below now. I think you'll like it.